Welcome to Daniel's Rising Generation podcast, where we explore topics on relationship, finances, and Christian faith. Join us as we dive into thought provoking conversations, information, and storytelling, whether entertainment, inspiration, information. Let's get started. So, here with us is Miss Ezine Nkwogu. She's my friend, my sister. Like we have been friends for a very, very long time.
Wow.
So basically, she's talking on relationship. She's going to share inspiring thoughts on relationship. So Miss Ezine, can we meet you please?
Okay. Like she introduced me, my name is Precious Ezimi Nkwogu. I am the CEO of Vibes Fashion and Accessories.
Yes.
And I am also a lifestyle and Christian content creator on TikTok. Yes, with the name Life with Vibes. Yes. So from what she said, I'll just be talking more on just relationships and many more. So that's just it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Miss Ezine, please, first of all, can you define a relationship for us? Let's know what's your thought on relationship.
Okay. For me, I would define relationship as relationship is like a connection or
Okay.
bond
Yeah.
between two or more people. It can involve emotions,
Okay.
sociality, or romantic connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, with people. So
Okay.
that's just basically it. And sometimes when people say relationship, they tend to make it look like it has to be a
Yes,
romantic
yes,
relationship, but
yes,
that's not
yes,
it.
yes,
It is
yes.
not it. It does
Yeah.
not have to be like romantic relationship.
Yeah.
So we have different types of relationship. We have romantic relationship, we
Yeah.
have friendship
Okay.
relationships,
Okay.
we have business relationships, we
Okay.
have financial relationships. Those
Okay.
ones that you just know that okay, these ones are for finances, for business, that anything that has to do with that, you have relationships with those people. Do you understand? We have family relationships.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's just what's the insight on relationship.
Okay, from what you said relationship is like a connection
Yeah.
and it must not be a romantic relationship.
Yes. If both parties, that's
Okay.
two or more people,
Yeah.
are benefiting.
Okay.
The thing is that sometimes relationships tend to be very, very parasitic.
Yeah. Yes.
Those kinds of
Very.
relationship are
Yes.
not healthy at all.
Yes. Yes.
Do you
Yes.
understand? It
Yes.
just feels like it's one person that is benefiting more on on this friendship
On
or on
this
this
friendship.
this partnership or on this stuffs like that. But healthy relationship promotes peace.
Okay.
Do you understand? It promotes peace, it promotes well-being, it promotes mental health wellness.
Yeah.
You understand? It promotes a lot of things because as long as you're in a healthy relationship with someone, you just know that automatically everything is just going right.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's just one thing with healthy relationship. It's built on trust, mutual relationship, communication.
Okay.
Yes.
But some persons will say that they can start with a healthy relationship, but at the long run, it becomes so overwhelming to them. Like it can be so overwhelming, burdensome to them. So now we lose that relationship can be defined as a toxic relationship.
What do you mean by starting healthy then going into toxic?
For instance, a
Okay.
situation whereby we met for the very first time and you said you like me, you said a relationship,
Okay.
everything was rosy. Then all of a sudden, I now feel this discomfort within me to just leave the relationship, and now the other party doesn't want to let me go.
Okay.
Will you define that as a toxic or healthy relationship?
It depends on the context that both of you are working with.
Okay.
It might be that first of all, when you guys started, definitely relationship, everything, the first part it will be rosy. Now it will be all you have all the emotions there, everything. Your heart is doing the doom doom doom. You understand? So at that point, you're just feeling like, this is the person for me. This like, oh God, like, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you now get to know this person,
Yes.
that's when you now know that this person is not yeah, she's not like that, he's not like that, because you have got to the stage whereby you have seen the person for who he or she is.
Okay.
When you started it, you like it was just from the point at which the person was just making you feel, the appearance, and he loves me, he brings me flowers. It will reach a point whereby you guys will have conflict or like have issues,
Okay.
then how do you resolve that? By resolving it, we will now know whether you actually truly love this person, or be you're just it's just doing you
Yes,
all.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes,
Yeah.
some persons don't like talking.
Okay.
Like me in particular now, I'm the
Mhm.
type of person that if you are having an issue, I tend to just keep quiet and just let it slide.
It's like,
While some persons they love gaslighting.
okay.
They just ignore you
Mm.
because they feel that maybe that um silence
Mm.
will maybe end the conflict.
Okay.
But it's not. To me, I don't feel it's actually good
Mm.
in a relationship. So now, what will you tell people like us
Mhm.
that love
Keeping it to
ignoring,
yourself,
yes,
yeah.
keeping it to ourselves because of the man? We want to respect the man,
Okay.
so we tend to just keep it to ourselves and just let it slide.
Mm.
Except we feel like we want to just say it out, so it's just leave our heart. So what will you tell people like us?
You know, as a woman of faith, I'm a Christian, why not? You need to know that you need to have that your feminine energy with you.
Okay, okay.
Do you understand? There's a way you can communicate to a man. You're trying to respect him. You
Yeah.
understand. But there's a way you can communicate to a man that you don't even need to shout. This one I learned it the hard way. This one's, now, I learned it the hard way. It's even my friends, more of our friends. I'll tell you, but the way you're shouting, you're shouting. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you just know that gradually you just have to start working on yourself.
Okay.
So if you're not outspoken,
All right.
do you understand? At that point, if you know that if I say this thing, I can say it like me. Before, how I do it is that if I want to say it at that point is when I want to say it. I will say it when I want to say it.
Okay.
And that point, I will never say it in a soft way. I'll never say it calmly. I will say it as the thing they do me.
Okay.
And it's totally wrong. So I just learned that it is not always like that. Cannot always work like that, because you want to communicate something to this person. How the person will listen to you when you are shouting and you are all being. Do you understand? So as a lady, do you understand?
Yeah.
That feminine energy it makes you to just talk very soft, very calmly. Sometimes I want to say something, and it looks like that it wants to come out. You understand? And I will start sounding like I want to be rude. But when I know that, no, I'm not supposed to say it. And it's because I intentionally wanted to work on it. Some of us, we have it. You're a lady, but you're talking as
Yes.
if we
Like a
have that thing
man.
inside us.
Yeah.
But just know that you are a female. Just have those characteristics of a female. Like let it be inside you.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you're talking, where you're trying to give a point, right? But let it be soft. Let it be just that's what makes us attractive. That's what makes us attractive.
So now you are telling me
Yeah.
that as a lady, I should portray a feminine
Yes.
gesture
Yes.
towards my man. You
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
I should not be aggressive.
Aggressive. And you talked about
Yeah.
also if you're not outspoken,
Okay.
you can decide to not talk about it that time because you
Okay.
don't want to say
Yes,
something you don't want to say.
all right.
Try as much as possible, because the conversation might lead to the other person you're talking to might not understand your point of.
So Miss Precious, can two people have different love language and still maintain a healthy relationship?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? It's just for each of them to know their love language,
Okay.
because you have to know your love language
Yeah.
first. And I can also list out the love language we have.
Help us. Help us. Help us. Because me, I
Okay.
don't know. Help us.
Okay, we have acts of service.
Okay.
We have words of affirmation.
Okay.
We have gifting.
Okay.
We have physical touch, and we also have quality time.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Quality time.
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, so they have to know their own love languages,
Okay.
right? For them to be able to, work a healthy relationship. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Because a healthy relationship is not just all about healthy. It's both parties
Both parties
working
working.
towards it being healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does not just come like that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what's happened. So if the man now, his love language is like act of service, let's
Yeah.
just say act of service, and your own is giftings, what you should do is that. And I think one thing that I've noticed really in people, like in people that are in relationship, is that in relationships is that they tend to want to love this person
Okay.
from their own
From their own angle.
angle.
Yeah.
of love from the way they see love.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
The way they
yes.
see
That's
love is
true.
how they
That's
want to
true.
just love the person.
That's true.
But that's not actually, it's not entirely it. You have to love the person how the person wants to be loved. So
Wow,
if
wow,
if
wow.
if my okay, for instance, let me just give for instance my 3 top love languages. Number 1, act of service. Do stuff for me,
Oh my
please.
God.
So number 1 is act of service. Number
Okay.
2 is quality time. I think years back it was like words of affirmation, but
Okay.
now I feel like I like more of action than
Action and
words. Like
words.
you
Yeah.
can say you won't
Action,
still do it.
mama.
You won't still do it, please. Okay, so then the third one should be now words of affirmation. Exactly. So if I want to if I want you to love me,
Okay.
please love me through my love languages. Don't come and, if maybe your own
Don't
is
come
now
and give me your own.
giftings or
Yes,
other things.
yes.
You don't come and be I don't want. You can do yours. It's
Yes,
quite
it's
alright. But
quite
like
alright.
I want to be loved the way I want to be loved. And I want to love you the way you want to be loved. Do you understand? It can like there are clashes too during these things when sometimes you can have clashes. Oh, I feel like this is how I grew up. Sometimes there's even trauma that brings us these things.
Yes,
And this is how I grew up. I like, but when you understand that this is how this person wants to be loved and you walk through that, the other person too, the other partner walks through with that, I think it's just going to build a good and healthy relationship.
Okay.
Yes. So they should love the other person, the partners, they should love each other with their love languages.
I think me now, my own love language now is words of affirmation.
He likes sweet talk.
Yeah. And gifting. So, Miss Precious, what role does communication play in sustaining a healthy relationship?
Okay, communication is very important. When I mean very important, I mean very, very important. And is like a key role to a good and healthy relationship. So I'm not talking only about romantic relationships.
All right.
I'm talking on friendships too, family and business relationships. So basically, let me start with the romantic one. Basically, if you're with your partner and there's no communication between the both of you.
Yeah.
Like it feels like there's something blocking the both of you. You get?
Yeah.
So for you to build a healthy relationship, there needs to be that communication.
Okay.
And I think one important thing is emotional maturity. Like the person has to be emotionally intelligent. Do you understand? To be able to communicate well.
Okay.
Because a lot of people will go into a lot of things and my partner is annoying me. They won't be able to communicate this thing to their partner. They won't communicate the issues to their partner. Oh, sorry, my love, or whatever you're calling your partner. I don't like what you did yesterday, or I didn't like it's not even yesterday. I didn't like what you did few minutes back. Yeah. And I feel like we need to talk about it.
Okay.
And sometimes communication too. In your communication, know how be very, very careful with how you're speaking. Sometimes we would want to be all hot tempered. It's that time that you're feeling it. The time you're feeling, I need to say this thing now. As the thing they pepper me, make I talk stuff like that. It does not always work. Even if you check, even in businesses.
Yes.
Do you understand? You cannot have a business relationship with someone and just because the person had a deal without you or some, just and you just want to attack the person at that point, start shouting and it will not work. Family too. Have you been in different situations where you're trying to communicate something to your family, your mother, your sister, and just because you did not talk,
African mothers in particular.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Oh my God!
Will you sit down?
You can't try them.
You just have to know how to communicate well. Pass your information with a very soft and calm. It might not always be soft, but just know that since you're emotionally intelligent, it will help you to say the right thing, hit the point without chaos or yeah. So that's just it. So it helps a lot. It is the key role in to build a healthy relationship is the key role, because when there's no communication, that's where it's not even be able to curb conflict. It's not be able to curb bitterness, hatred, because I'm not even telling you that this is what you did. Even in friendship, you did something to me, I cannot even tell you that Zoe, this is what you did to me, or I'll just sit down and be looking at you. There's a way I just look at let me not just talk. Stuff like that. And you just, keeping things in your heart, it becomes a problem. It's not healthy. Automatically it becomes toxic because you have some toxic traits in you that God is helping you to, to not let it not show too much.
What's your intake or your view on self-love before loving others? Like, love yourself before loving others. What's your view on it?
Wow. I think this particular one, I would give points and I would talk on it intensively because I think that was that's like a major problem in this our generation, as youths. The thing is that we don't even love ourselves.
Yeah.
First a lot. You do not love yourself. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for who will love you.
Validation from people. Yeah.
You're looking for who will love you now. Because you don't even love there's a way you love yourself, you will know that there's a way somebody is treating me that is not supposed me. I cannot be treated that way.
Okay.
Do you understand? I cannot be treated that way because I know I love myself. You cannot come and treat me that way.
That way, yeah.
Do you understand? And if I'm saying these things, people will be like, maybe that's what. These are the things I had to work on. I intentionally started working on it. Because before, validation, it was plenty. It was plenty. Any opportunity I get for somebody to just love me, I will take that opportunity. It's because I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I didn't know my worth. And that's just the thing. As a lady, as a girl, as a man, know your worth. Know your worth. Both family or in business or in friendship, in relationship, in romantic relationship, just know your worth. Know what you're bringing to them. Know what you're capable of doing.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And intentionally just work on yourself.
Okay.
Intentionally work on yourself. So now, these things are things that you just, when you look into it, you know that I can't. This person cannot love me like this. Whereas I love myself.
Love yourself more than this person.
Yeah,
the way the person
is loving
yes,
me.
yes, yes.
Do you understand? So just firstly,
love yourself.
You have to love yourself. And for you to love yourself, you need to allow Jesus to love you, my dear. You need to allow Jesus to love you. Jesus is love. You need to allow Jesus to love you. Do you understand? So when he starts loving, when he starts showing you that he's the only person, like he's the only one that can give you that love that you need. Unconditional love.
Yeah.
I think you understand that I can really be loved. That's why people don't get it. They don't get it. When Jesus start loving you, when you allow Jesus to love you, automatically you see that unconditional love.
Yes.
He loves you even when you have sinned, even when you have done, he still loves you. So when you understand, but that other person will not love you when you have done what you're if you go and do something, the person will not still love you.
Yeah.
There are situations that you go in and the person will be annoyed, the person will be angry, in friendship, in relationship, in family. But Jesus would certainly love you no matter what. When you understand that, and when you are so, like, when you're so proud about the love God has for you, automatically that's where the self-love starts.
Okay.
You start developing yourself, what, and please work on yourself. It's not that Jesus love me. Work on yourself intentionally. Work on your capacity. Do things, have skills, just have a lot inside you, so that when they see you, they know that this person carries value. Value too matters. You understand?
To add to that, know your purpose. Yes, finding your purpose early matters. So now when you know your purpose, you will not be looking for somebody to just love you. You draw the love to yourself. You draw attention to yourself. Most especially for females. I think for our gender, the female gender, I think they lack that a lot. They lack confidence and they lack purpose. They lack purpose. Yes, they lack purpose. So I think for the females, they need to find purpose. So you will be looking for a man to validate you, give you validation that, and maybe when a man say you are not fine, you are this, you are that, you'll be feeling inferior because you don't know who you are. Know who you are. Thank you so much, Miss Ezinne Okwogu.
It was such a lovely
Thank
time.
you so much for having.
And I know for sure that I will be in most of your podcasts.
Yes, it will be. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you guys loved the session. So to get more of this, follow us on our YouTube channel, our Instagram page, Facebook page, and TikTok page as Daniel's Rising Generation. I love you all. Bye.